Tom's giving you.
You're going to hear me talking now. I'll tell you what you're doing.
Okay. No. Now. This way.
Okay, Grandpa's getting out of the car.
My story, everyone.
Hello, lady.
Eden. We might be putting on my dad.
Okay, Beth Ann's out of the car.
You better, Gene, you're going to sit here. We're going to go over this.
And we're waiting.
Buddy's repairing the car door.
Zip it. Don't make me go through this again.
Tim, quiet.
Hey, www.
Stop it.
Look, a whole
Nobody's coming this way yet.
We could be waiting here an hour just for them to walk.
That's the camera.
Okay, they're coming towards the house.
They're coming towards the house.
How would I? Well, you were there.
All right, they're coming towards the
All
house.
right.
They're coming towards the house. That's right. Come to that door, Tom. They may get you. All right, quiet. I believe this is the Krohn party. We have a special evening prepared for you.
Sounding
Get your booty in.
We have your table ready. Come on in, we have your table ready.
What in the world? What are you guys doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, in celebration
Grandpa's smoking.
of the forthcoming 50th wedding anniversary of Mary Jane and Bud Krohn, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Bud Krohn. Now,
Muriel, you're on my
now, Mary Jane, what we'd like for you and Bud to do is sit down here because we have a few remarks that some family members would like to say.
That's all right. Don't worry about me.
So, Mary Jane,
Okay, we can
ready
kind
to
of
sit over
move.
here.
Yeah, move around.
Now, boys, sit up from there.
I know that. I'm going to tell you what this is. Oh, you're right.
Oh, you're ready to put this? So you're hanging on the edges?
I sent you the
Mike.
You're, yeah, I'll get
I knew, but I didn't know.
I gotta go over to
You know, that cabbage.
How can you do this to me? Look at there's Harry and Jody over there.
Hey, Tim, do you think you can move those flowers?
And Cindy. Jimmy. Boy, I got a long list. Tara. And Jimmy. Oh, boy, Jimmy. No. Really. What a and Kim.
Left this this
Let's see who else here.
This is the last bank all the time.
All right.
Okay, you gotta tell me before you walk through.
Let us
Oh, boy.
let us give a little pause, and so we can tell our little story. And this story begins once upon a time. Once upon a time, September 24th, 1949. Mary Jane McAuliffe, did I get that right? And Virgil Leroy Krohn got married. Now, the details are a little fuzzy after that. But like most stories, these things get embellished over time. But rumor has it that there were 7 children and so far 13 grandchildren born of this marriage. Now we think this is a pretty big rumor, but the first of these children was Beth Ann. And we have a person here today pretending to be Beth Ann. And Beth Ann would like to say a few words. So Beth Ann, would you step forward here?
Mom and Dad, your family and friends are here to celebrate your marriage, which has been a very good marriage, and also to honor you as great parents and great friends. I myself will never forget because you have been my role models, both of you, and I love you both. Thank you. I would like to say a few words. First of all, I just want to say thank you both for being there through some of the most difficult times in my life and some of the happiest times of my life. And I know it wasn't easy for you all raising 7 kids, physically or emotionally, especially emotionally. But I consider each one of my brothers and sisters gifts from you. And I just love you so much, and I can honestly say there's no place like home.
Okay, now it's my turn. Go.
Get a haircut.
Okay, now. Give me 2 minutes, okay? I have nothing to regret out of my childhood or my adulthood. All I look around this room and I look at the people that are here and I look at the day that I'm having and the anxiety that I've had building up to this day and thinking to myself, how lucky I am not to have raised 7 children. But in sincerity, all I can say is, Dad, Mom, what you have done for all my brothers and sisters, for me, for my family, for the Kepkes, for the Krohns, for the in-laws of all of us, and for what you've done to your friends and everything else, that all of us can never thank you enough. I love love you both to death.
You're always my mom and dad.
God bless you. And I almost didn't snivel. Did you?
I haven't prepared anything. I haven't. I'm glad you all made it. And, you know, we need a break from the emotion. That'll be revisited ×2 when we get to Valerie. But you know, I love you a bunch, and you know, I hope you enjoyed it as much as your children are enjoying it and enjoy preparing for it.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. All right, Terry.
Emotions I like, I'm almost speechless. Miracles do happen. Okay, now, I'm going to lose it any minute here, so you got to work with me, okay?
Somebody hold their hand.
Hey, Valerie, what's smile though your heart.
And I haven't prepared anything either. But I just want to say, come live with me. The best is yet to be. And that has been nothing but the truth. I mean, look around you. This room is so filled with love. And, I mean, all my brothers and sisters, we actually work together, which I think at times, that's a shocker. And I just want to say, I love you, and my children love you, and everyone here, we just love you with all of our hearts.
I got big olives when you're done.
No, Mom and Dad, I know it's going to be real difficult to get through this, but you know that, because you know me. I feel so lucky to have you as my parents and the grandparents of my children. Your never wavering love has helped me to be strong, even in times like this. You are truly what God made parents. I love you.
You got it with
Their lips are getting tired at this point. What can I say that they haven't said for me? Except when Kathy said there's no place like home. Obviously there's not, because I've never left. Love you both so much.
Okay. And Tom, unless you have any additional.
Wait.
Now
We got more to have.
Right.
Well, I'm trying to get through this. Are you recording all this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody crack a joke quick.
Come on, I only got 323 minutes left.
Well, Mark, I wanted you to know that Mark wrote this, but when I read it, I said, you know, this is really how I feel. So this is for Mark and I, and you may have to read it. It says, as your sons and daughters-in-laws, you have embraced us into your family. With our diverse upbringings and personalities, you have accepted us for who we are. Although our past may not have conformed with the ways you raised your children, we have set that aside and accepted us for who we are. In our own little way, we have taken the values and morals with which you have raised your children and added a different dimension. As time goes forward, you can be proud of the fact that your time on this earth has made a positive impact on your children and sons and daughters-in-law, and will be carried forward in the eyes of your grandchildren.
Thank you, dear.
Now, first of all, Brian and I, as the eldest grandchildren here today, were elected to say something for the grandchildren. And unfortunately, Eric couldn't be but he wanted his presence to be here. He wrote something that he wanted us to read to you all, and we really feel that it's definitely in representation of all the grandchildren to you. So I will start with Grandma. Holy Moses. Words cannot describe what I feel for this woman. I sometimes find it hard to believe she's even human, as she has given of herself so selflessly my entire life. How could any one person possess this kind of energy? I wonder if all the hobbies and activities were there as simply a means of focusing and directing the energy, lest it would run rampant and pulverize each one of us instantaneously. We only slowed her down. She was always kind enough to let us tag along, a ride in the car at the PX, gathering acorns and pine cones, and the ever-popular rummaging through the neighbor's trash for coupons. The company was enough, often a unique story or two. But the fact that it always had an element of lunacy getting past what others might think of those crazy people in the old station wagon made it fun. Grandma was cool, and we all wanted to be a part of it. But there was something else, maybe the most important part. There were always rewards for hard work and time spent, a special treat for being a big helper, a beautiful wreath at Christmas time, finer than any offered at any store, and enough food to last 10 winters should we ever be reduced to rations. There was a different candy for every hour of the day, a cereal for every day of the week, and oh yes, Grandma was very cool. You could always rely on her. If you burnt your English muffin, no problem. Grandma liked them burnt. If the popsicle smelled a little funny, no need to fret. Oh, it's just a little freezer burn. We'll just brush that off a bit. She always let us open a new box, whatever would make us happy. Grandma showed interest in what was important to us at the time. Without effort, she offered encouragement and enthusiasm, sharing her energy and motivation. She would take the time to look at all of my crayon scribblings. They were always fantastic. Grandma recognized talent. Yeah, with the exception of sleepovers and my obsession with the rock band Kiss, she was the best. Thank you, Grandma, for being such an inspiration to me, for filling my childhood with wonder and adventure, for instilling in me values that are the core of who I am. You have touched my life in so many ways. You are always with me wherever I go. The voice of reason and caution, discerning my path, and the constant reminder to seek out sales and manufacturers' rebates. Thank you, Grandma, for taking care of me and helping to raise me as one of your own, showing me love and the value of family. You are truly a grandmother, and I won't let you down. I love you with everything that I am. Your grandson, Eric.
Brian!
Grandpa. I'll never forget the day I learned that grandfathers had eyes on the back of their heads. It's hard to recall why we were so drawn to running around in circles through the house, or what compelled us to continue after repeated warnings. On this occasion, we had gone too far. I was sitting on the living room couch, Grandpa towering overhead, scolding me. After nodding that I understood and that I heard him, he stopped waving his finger between my eyes and turned to leave the room. That's when I gave him a finger of my own. The first time I ever flipped anyone the bird, I put passion into it. There's no way he could have seen it. His back was to me the whole time. He just walked out of the room. I slumped into the couch and relaxed. That's when I saw it, a great thundering beast rounding the corner of his face. There was smoke coming out of his ears. Nostrils were flaring, and his face shook with the impact of each step. The froth at the corners of his mouth built up as he covered his favorite list of profanities. My time was done. There was no escape. I don't know how to describe that kind of disbelief and fear, but I know that I never pulled anything like that with Grandpa again. He had a gift, and I hoped I would receive it too, when I grew up. Grandpa taught us respect and discipline. No, he demanded it. He was the law, the final word. You could whine and raise a fit all you wanted about not finishing those peas, but when Grandpa spoke, you knew it was time to chow down, or at least give a valiant effort. Ex-girlfriends could relate to my infamous ultimatums, but I learned from the master. If he had to raise his voice, you might as well carve it in stone. Yes, you could say that Grandpa had integrity. He was the king of the house, the man in the throne. After school, I insisted on sitting in his chair, even with the risk of being swallowed by that hole in the hole in the seat of it. I looked up to him, admired his power and infinite wisdom. I remember inquiring to Grandpa about my first conscious erection. I know he got a chuckle out of that one. If it wasn't for him, I might have turned out a little light in my loafers. He was the only man around most of the time, and a damn fine example of one. Thank you, Grandpa, for prepping me for manhood. Thank you for being a father to me, helping to raise me as your own son. I'll never forget what you worked to instill in me. You will always be a great part of who I am. I love you with all my heart. Your Butch, your lad, your grandson.
Jenny had a bird of poems she wanted to read to you also.
Who always told me to eat my dinner, even though I can't get any thinner? Grandpa. Who always left a trail of hose from the oxygen tank to the end of his nose? Grandpa. Who always sat in a twirling chair with a chin that bore tiny wisps of hair? Grandpa. Who sewed me things on her sewing machine with eyes that are bright, loving, and keen? Grandma. Who always was standing right there on the floor the second she heard us open the door? Grandma. Who always knew what we wanted to eat and got it for us as a special treat? Grandma. I'll say this now, and I know it's true, I could have no better grandparents than you.
So, at the conclusion of all this, so we don't sit here and make you listen to us all night, we want to present you with a book of memories that the family provided for you. You all can look at it here, you can look at it later, and everyone is welcome to look at it, but we just all compiled some of our special memories, some fun, some serious, some ridiculous, so that you could always have something to remember this day by. The memories in that book are just from the immediate family, and just want you to know, remember to look around. Everyone here loves you. And if anyone who does not already have things in this book would like to write something special, a memory, or just
We'd
a
love
special
it if
thought,
they would.
we have some blank pages that we would love you to write things down, and we'll stick them at the end.
Are you done? Oh, that's right. We have something that we think you and everyone else will be very interested in.
And I just hope you can hear it well, but it's going to be a little muffled. But this is Auntie Doris's real contribution to this.
Saturday, September the 24th, 1949. A beautiful early fall day. The sun is shining bright as well as a very sexy couple seated on the microphone. who were married this afternoon at 2 o'clock at the First Methodist Church in Aurora, Illinois. I have to you before this microphone now, a lovely bride, all in white, with a beautiful bouquet, and your name is...
Jane Krohn.
And who is the groom? Bud Krohn. Bud Krohn. And,
Sounds like such a baby.
Reverend Children. And that was at 2 o'clock. That's right. Who was the bridesmaid friend? Your name?
George Texas.
And bridesmaid? Who's the best man?
Chuck Krohn.
Are you related to the bride or the groom?
I'm brother of the Krohn.
Who's brother? This gentleman here was the groomsman? Eugene Closer. And related? No, I was in service for Spurgeon. I forgot to ask you, young lady, are you related to the bride? The groom?
Yes, cousin.
Cousin of the bride. To the bride. And that's
Sister of the bride.
the sister of the bride.
Okay.
And that's the wedding party, but we have some other folks here, and I want to find out who they are. Who's this lady right here?
I'm Janie's mother, Mrs. Downey.
It's your Janie's mother. And how are you dressed, Downey?
Oh, I have a black dress and beautiful corsage of the... Oh, what kind of roses? Pink or apple column. They look like talisman roses.
I notice you have a little plume in your hat and a little half veil. Very attractive. And who's this gentleman right here? I'm Janie's father. Your initials are H. Downey. H. Downey. You're the groom's or bride's father. Bride's father. I see. And this lady right here, who is it?
This is Mrs. Steele, the bride's grandmother.
The bride's grandmother. And I know she has a black dress and red roses and wearing a hat. She looks very nice today, too. And this lady here.
I'm the groom's mother.
And your name is?
Mrs. Krohn. Mrs. Fred Krohn.
Mrs. Fred Krohn. And how are you dressed?
Pink dark blue, with black accessories.
And your corsage is?
Pink roses.
Pink roses, and you also are wearing a half veil and a little feather in your hat. Very nice. Who's this gentleman here? I'm the groom's father. The groom's father? Your full name is Fred W. Krohn. And, are you, this is your first experience at weddings, or have you had other except my own? Right, too. I wonder if we can have this little bridesmaid here describe Janie's dress and her veil and flowers. How is she dressed? Go ahead. Is it a silver satin dress or what is it?
A white satin dress with lace down the front, and she has very beautiful hair.
How about her veil? Is her veil long or short or what?
She has a veil.
And the crown?
Real clear.
Isn't that steep pearls? How about the train? Isn't that Pico train? Say, Mother, I'm going to let you tell us about the satin insert down the front of that dress. It's rather unusual.
Well, it has a lovely lace insert, and it is an applique satin design on the lace.
That's good. So turn the record over and continue the story on the other side. I forgot about the little flower girl that was so young and walked so good. Are you the little flower girl, honey?
That's right.
And what about it?
Oh, Miss Karen KKFT, and she's 20 months old. With a little orchid satin dress with a little bustle in the back.
Somebody told me she walked so good down the aisle.
She's very good.
She's kind of wore out now, though, isn't she? How about describing your own dress, gal, right quick for us?
My dress is pea green, and it's satin, and has little short nips and a sparkle back, sweetheart neckline.
And you're carrying
colonial bouquet of gladiolus and mums.
And this little girl here with a peach to her.
Family, and naps and sparkle back, gladiolus, lavender gladiolus.
That's the colonial bouquet you're carrying too. I see. It's a very attractive wedding party. Say, but where'd you meet Jamie? At my home. At your home. How long ago was that? In Decoration Day. This year? How long you been engaged to her? How long is it then? How long? Jamie, she knows. Way to go, Dad. Sometime in July, huh? Well, what was your first date, Jamie?
I can't even
Where were you at the time?
At his boat.
Well, then did he take you home from there? Later? He didn't? Well, did you kiss her goodnight? No.
Good move, Dad.
Well, let's go back to the wedding again. Was it double ring ceremony day?
That's right.
And what color wedding ring did you get? Are they plain or figures?
Well, mine has little hearts, and bright gold hearts and yellow gold.
How about yours, bud? Oh, you got a plain.
A little corrugation or something along the edges.
Just a little almost plain gold band. Where you going on honeymoon, Daddy?
Oh, there's his doing.
Everybody goes somewhere. Where are you going?
Oh, we're not going very far. We're going to join the army, please.
You going to join the army? Who's going to do that?
Well, that'll be me.
You going to join the army? No, he heard?
No.
Let him go. Well, where would you live after you're married? Do you have any idea?
Well, let's probably Texas first.
In Texas. That's a long way from home.
10 days.
This mother is this your only daughter?
No, I have two daughters, Doris, who's back with me in honor.
She's already married.
That's right.
What's your second marriage?
That's right.
How do you like them?
Fine.
Just throw out of them. What do you do, Dad? I work at a machine shop for a machinist. So you're a pump company? Really? We're a pump company. And how long have you been with them? 7 years. Well, that's doing all right. How long have you been married? Oh, about 15 years, Mama. And grandmother, do you enjoy coming to these weddings?
I certainly do.
Well, you look like you're enjoying it. Are you a good married, Grandma?
I'm not married at all. I'm a widow.
You're a widow. Well, how long were you married?
Well, not
I mean, how long ago? How long ago?
well, it's past 25 years.
25 years, huh? Let's go over to the mother of the girl with it. And how many sons and daughters do you have?
I have two sons.
Two sons. This the first marriage, or?
That's right. The other son is the best one.
He's going to come later, huh?
How you doing? Everything's settled in the new house?
In Wisconsin. And how long have you been married? It's going to be 30 years next month. You're doing all right. Well, about the end of this, I think it'd be nice if we'd all say congratulations to this very attractive couple. So all together now, let's say congratulations.
Congratulations.
And anyone else in the family members who would like one. It's a CD off the record. He enhanced it as much as he could, and we want you to have it. But it's certainly very special to all of us, and I know every member of this family will certainly want a copy of that. So, thank you.
Somebody should have told him he should have dressed up a little bit.
On behalf of the management, I'd like to make a few statements. We'd like to thank Terry and Kim Krohn for the use of their facilities and for all of the effort that put into making the arrangements here. We'd like to thank all of the children and grandchildren and all of our friends here for managing to keep this a surprise, we think. So we'd like to now say that the bar is open, the food is here. Enjoy, make yourself at home. We think this fairy tale romance goes on for many more years. And we'd like to invite you now for all of you to join us on the 75th wedding anniversary celebration. So mark that down on your calendar. Please have a good time, and thank you for coming.
Yep. Now, guys, it's a Krohn tradition. Eat, drink, and be happy. Very good.
So funny.
Yeah, I'll keep yours, no problem.
Stage right. I'll be right back.
I don't know.
I don't know. She said, hold it in limbo.
More cameras?
Did you get that thing out of here, Chris?
You picture you two, that's your mom's that I have to return.
Is that punch?
Yeah, have some soon.
The definition of marriage and family, it will be Bud and Jane.
I'll drink to that.
Start using what I have out
He doesn't drink.
You know,
He doesn't drink.
Mary, you're a good man.
Did anyone want champagne? Anybody want
I know your kids are gonna throw you the same shindig when, you know, it'll be another 20 years yet.
I'd rather find a big glass.
Get 50, right?
Oh, scoop it, send a check.